Showing up, showing up, showing up. What do I actually mean? For men especially, I've heard some guys saying, hey man, we are showing up. What do you mean? We need to show up more. And, the experience that I'm having through my life with the practice and seeing people working with guys is a lot of them have lost touch with who they are. A lot of them are in relationships where they are having to keep so much of themselves back out of fear of being rejected or losing the person or the impact that it may have on their families. So they're living a very inner world, they're not living a very authentic experience. So how does a man like that show up, for example? Other men are on the other sides of the extreme as well, where perhaps through their own traumas and their own life experience, they're coming from a more intense masculine point of view, where they're very hurtful in relationships, abusive, etc., as well, which is a whole other dynamic, and how men like that can show up too. Okay, so there's a middle ground here of showing up that I'm aiming for. It's a massive generalization, of course. Relationships, there is no relationship guru out there. We're all experiencing these relationships as we're going through life, and that includes myself as well. But the idea here around showing up is helping men understand that the more we can integrate our minds and our bodies, we become more congruent as men, meaning we can start to become more authentic. We're not living in our head out of fear. We're not living there to control, to manipulate, to get one over, for example. But then again, we also learn how to get into our bodies so that we can enjoy pleasure and we can get in touch with our masculinity as far as offering that to the world and offering that to a partner as well, as far as men's sexuality in particular is concerned also. So stress has a major impact in my experience when working with men, how men regulate stress in their life and how they can start to change those perceptions and experiences is critical to having wonderful relationships. Men become more available the more they are able to breathe through, integrate, process a lot of their stress and understand how they operate under stress as well, which is to really replenish testosterone on a regular basis through needing to just get reflection time and to move away from the more feminine aspects of nurturing and being with family and stuff like that. Men for centuries have been standing alone and needing to go out and reflect and just have quiet time as well. So that's a big part of the male process to help regulate their systems back into a balanced place where they can be more present and offer themselves more in relationships as well too. So when men stress, we need that. We can obviously have an experience where we have to be able to get out the house if it's burning down, for example. It's when we perceive life to be a burning house every single day that things get a little bit out of control, and men then start to become anxious. Men start to become unavailable in relationships because they are getting more in touch with an overwhelmed nervous system. And an overwhelmed nervous system is, just physiologically through the adrenal glands, how the brain connects to the body as well, really shifts a lot of the blood supply to the monkey brain, the back of the brain, the primitive brainstem there, where it's all about flight, or free. And when you're in that response, it's A to B, it's black and white, everything is very compartmentalized. And, we then often want to bring things to an end very quickly. We want a beginning and an end. Whereas when we're in relationship, there is real misunderstandings from men, I believe, around understanding that there's an ebb and flow in relationship, and things don't normally come to an end. The beautiful metaphor is we can't take oceans and put them into 4x4 swimming pools and throw some creepy crawly in there and try and help it get clear that way. We have to allow our nervous systems, through controlling our stress, to allow that ocean to be there, to crash down upon us, to actually give us the experience that life has to offer. Whether that's a woman, whether that's life, whether that's finance or business opportunity, it doesn't matter. Men can often get very overwhelmed by life coming at them because we want to compartmentalize things, control, and get things from A to B and to bring things to an end very often. Is what I've experienced there. So by getting more into a man's body, and I want to just suggest some links down below, particularly around psychosomatic body releasing, postural integration type therapies. These type of deeper body type of works can really, works therapies is the better word, help men to really be able to allow life to flow through them more, versus us getting stuck in our heads around survival. And a daily practice of some sort of body movement or some kind of body exercise and therapy like this is very important for guys, I believe, to help them become more congruent and therefore more present, where they are able to go into the A to B, go and get the job done, but then they can come back into a place where they're more available to be present in their relationships with people, which means the intuition is there, their vulnerability is there, and they can communicate from a more authentic sort of place as well. So I hope that's an insight. It's a big subject. Any more questions, please just ask away. But stress response in men, critical to understand, and body work is the key to help guys, I believe, move through that a lot smoother. Thanks.